What's going on, guys? In today's video, it's gonna be a story time. Sadly, I don't have an intro to it'd be cool to have like an intro like da 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 da. It is time for story time. Something like that. I don't know. It'd be cool to have something like that, but whatever. Today we're gonna be talking about working out with my recruiters. All right, so for those who don't know or are new to the channel, because I have been gaining quite a bit of subscribers, thank you guys for subscribing. It really means a lot to me. But yeah, so for those who aren't aware, I am currently trying to work out and get in better shape to be able to go to the Army, which is going to be, my MOS would be 12 Bravo, which would be a combat engineer. So I'm busting my ass a lot in the background, behind the scenes. That way, once I do join or get sent off to basic combat training, BCT, I'm at least better prepared, or I get into that being able to do the minimum of workouts, right? And since I've already talked to my recruiters, I've done a lot of the forms. Right now, I'm just waiting on a waiver from a doctor to be able to be sent off to do my MEPS and all the other procedures that I need to go through. The recruiter said, well, we work out every Thursday here at 4 o'clock. So, you show up, we get into like a little minivan and we go off into the gym and all that stuff. So I was like, cool. Like, I want to try this out. And they told me, they're like, yeah, we'll kind of like teach you and like we'll try to prep you up a little bit for when you do get sent off to BCT. So we do a bit of weightlifting. We do a crap ton of cardio. We do a lot of, lifting up a battle buddy and dragging him across like 100 meters and stuff like that. Like we'll simulate some of the stuff that you're going to do over there. That way you don't go in there and not know much and shit. So I was pretty excited, and the first time that I did go in there, I was pretty nervous because, again, I was not always the fittest. I used to struggle doing my push-ups. Like I would do like 5 girl push-ups, and like I would get like gassed out, and then I could only do like 5 regular man push-ups or like regular push-ups and shit. So I was going in there pretty nervous. I was like, fuck, like I'm gonna be the weakest link, but like I didn't care in my mind. Like I did a lot of praying beforehand, like God give me strength. This is your temple, like show your strength through me and all that stuff. So I was a bit worried, but at the same time I had a level of confidence, like no matter what happens, I'm gonna try to outwork everyone, and I'm definitely gonna outwork myself. Whatever I think my limits are, I'm gonna try to push past that. That way I don't look like a chump in front of the recruiters and all the other battle buddies that are gonna be sent off, to do their BCT and all that stuff. So I arrived there. I'm new, I'm new to all this stuff, and like I'm not like 100% sure how all this stuff works, and I don't know everybody. So I'm just kind of I get into the office while we wait to leave, and I'm just chilling there. I'm kind of just standing. I'm not big. I'm not a conversational type of person. I'm not very out there where like, oh hey, like how you doing? Like hey, my name's Mark. Like I'm not like that. Like I'm really like low key. I like to keep to myself. I don't know. I'm not good at socializing. So, I show up and I'm kind of just like, looking around and, kind of trying just like see what type of characters are here and all that stuff. And right off the bat, like I already see, the nerdy guys, the weird guys that are like, hey bro, how you doing and all this shit, like they talk like that and all that. And I was like, hey bro, like, oh, what's gonna be your MOS? Oh no, wait, like I'm gonna do this, yeah, like I can't wait to get sent off and see war and do all this stuff, like who, like they got that army spirit in them and all that stuff. And there was like a pull-up bar, and like they're like, oh my gosh, like I've never been able to do one. Let's see if I could do one. Ugh. And like they would do one. Oh bro, like I just did one and all this shit. And I'm kind of just like hearing them, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, like what am I doing here? Maybe I should have joined the Marines. Like more hardcore people. Just not not with the nerdy bunch and all that. But no, they were pretty cool. They looked at me and they're like, hey, do you want to try? And I was like, no, I don't want to try. I probably couldn't do one. I don't know. So I was like, no, I don't want to do that right now. Probably can't do one. And then the recruiters are like, all right, it looks like this is everybody. It was like 10 members there, plus like 3 recruiters, so 13 total. And they're like, all right, let's get in the shuttle and let's go. Let's go to the gym. So we go off to the gym, and we get there, and another dude shows up late. And I'm like, damn, like this dude like showed up late. Like again, like we're not at BCT, right, where we have like drill sergeants like, why are you late and all this shit, But I was like, dang, like you showed up late. That would suck over there. Showing up late, like I'm guessing like the drill sergeant will like smoke everybody because you showed up late. So I was like, oof, not good, but whatever. So then we go into the gym area, and we're there, we're chilling, we're kind of just waiting to see what we're gonna do. And the recruiter tells us, all right, I set down 3 whiteboards. on the floor there. I need y'all to make groups of 3 and stand behind each whiteboard. If there's more of y'all hanging around, then join join a line and make it 4, right? So we all start getting in line. Like, it was pretty simple stuff. So we all start walking towards the whiteboard. And my mindset was like, I want to be the first one, you know? Like, I don't want to be back. I don't want to be that guy's like, oh no, I'll go last. You know, like the guys that always go last, you know, to have a bit more of a break or like kind of just see how everything goes. Like, I was like, no, screw it. Like, I want to be either the first, but maybe not the first, but like second, third, or if possible, I'll be the first. I'll get in line first. So I was going there and I was about to get in line first, but the dude that came late, like, he speed walked right past me and he got in line and he was already standing in position and all that shit. So like, all right, whatever. Second's the best anyway. First is the worst, second is the best. And I get in there and immediately, like, I realized, like, holy shit, like, retards do fucking exist. Like, idiots fucking exist, you know? I was like, holy fucking shit, because we all lined behind whiteboards. Like the recruiter had mentioned. And then there's another 3 guys who are like, oh, we ran out of whiteboards. Let's make our own line. And we're like, oh my fucking God. And he got in between, like, the whiteboards were pretty spaced out, you know? And like, they got in between one of us, like, both lines. And like, each person from each line was like, hey bro, like, you don't got a whiteboard in front of you. And like, huh? Oh, we don't? And like, they're looking down. Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Well, what do we do? And then we're like, then get in line with someone else. You know, we're trying to help them, you know, like, go find a spot, you know, before you fuck it up for everybody, you know? Because like, if this was with drill sergeants and they see that, like, you're not fucking doing what they're told, I'm guessing, right, that we're all going to get smoked, or you're just going to get your ass yelled at and you're going to get fucking smoked for your stupidity and not paying attention. So immediately the recruiters are pretty chill. You know, they're not drill sergeants. They're just, you know, there to kind of help you and motivate you. So they're like, hey, dude, like, I told you to, like, you know, if there's not a whiteboard or if there's already 3 people and there's not more whiteboards, just make it 4 people per line, you know, like, just get in line with someone that has a whiteboard in front of them. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, got it. And then the recruiters are like, all right, first person in line, pick up y'all's whiteboard. So everybody first person in line picks up their whiteboard. And he says, write down push-ups, 40. Sit-ups, 40. T push-ups, 30. Lunges, and that was it, I think. Was that it? Yeah, I think that was it, right? I don't remember. It was like the beginning of this month when I went. But yeah, so he's like, all right, so now this is going to be a group exercise. The way this is going to work is simple. We're going to start, the first person is going to start off with the push-ups. You're going to do as many as you possibly can. You as a group have to get all 40 done. You as a group have to do all of this stuff, right? So, first person, if you can only do 10, 15, 20, whatever the case is, then the second person has to pick up where you left off, right? So, for example, the first person only does 15. Then the next person behind them immediately jumps in and knocks out another 15. And then the person before him does 5. It doesn't matter. You do as much as you can. And whenever you can't, you tap out and your buddy behind you is going to jump in and finish out whatever you couldn't do. The only thing y'all all have to do are the lunges. Each person is going to have to go down lunges and back, right? Y'all see the white line over there? You're going to go there doing lunges and then y'all are going to come back. This is how you do the lunges. And then he shows us how we do the lunges, right? He's like, but everything else, not all of y'all have to do all 40. It's y'all have to do these exercises as a group, like total, right? So if the first person knocks out all 40 push-ups, guess what? None of y'all have to do the push-ups. And go to the next exercise. And y'all keep going there until the person either taps out or he needs you to come in and finish off for him. Pretty simple. I'm going to give y'all a minute or two to talk with y'all's team. That way y'all can come up with a game plan and then we'll start. That's the speech he gave. The moment he says, talk with your group, make a game plan, our leader, right? He's like, all right, guys, I propose, like he was making his voice a bit deeper. He's like, all right, guys, I propose that way we all get something out of this workout, that we each do 40, right? Oh, sorry. Another thing that the recruiter mentioned, he was like, but only one of y'all can go at a time, right? 2 of y'all can't be doing push-ups at the same time. 2 of y'all can't be doing lunges at the same time. One has to go do the lunges, come back, then the next person goes. One person is doing the exercise, And whenever he taps out, then the next person can jump in and help out. But nobody can be doing the same exercises or be doing multiple exercises at the same time. It's one person at a time. Straightforward. So going back to our leader over here, he's like, all right, guys, I propose that that way we all benefit out of the exercise, or this little exercise that we're gonna be doing. I propose that we all do 40 push-ups at the same time. And in my head, I'm like, holy fucking shit. This is gotta be a joke. He's probably fucking with us. And he's like, do you agree? Do you agree? Do you agree? And he's like, do you agree? I'm like, I agree. Like, I would be down. But he kind of said one person has to go at a time. Oh, did he say that? I'm like, yeah, it's kind of the last thing he mentioned before he said, talk with your group. But yeah, he said only one person at a time. Oh, all right, well then, since I think I'm the strongest, and you and me, we both look pretty fit. He was talking to me. He's like, you and me, we both look like we can handle some heavy, hard exercises. I'll knock out all 40. I'm like, all right, cool. He's like, but whenever we do the lunges, I recommend we all go down and do the lunges at the same time. I'm like, yeah, about that. One at a time. Again, one at a time can come down, one at a time can come back, one person at a time. He's like, oh, damn. Like, when did he say that? I'm like, literally towards the end. Like, I was like, holy fucking shit. Like, this dude was not fucking paying attention. And again, in my head, I'm just thinking like, holy fuck. Like, if we were at BCT and we have the drill sergeants, right? And if I get put in a group with fucking a bunch of dumbasses, that's gonna suck, because guess what? Like, if I would have followed his lead and we were like actually BCT, I'm guessing, right? The drill sergeant is gonna drill us as a group because we decided to do our own fucking thing. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing, fucking dumbasses? I didn't tell y'all to do this shit. Did I not say one at a time? Fucking maggots, fucking stupid piece of shit. Get down and give me 20. And like I could already imagine like the stress that I would be put in for following these people's fucking lead. So I was like, holy fucking shit. Like, there's no way that people don't understand these like simple, basic, like, rules, like you said, do this way. Like, they're telling you how you have to do it. They're not telling you think out of the box. They're not telling you, okay, I need you to figure out your exercises, or like, no, they're like y'all are gonna do these, just whenever y'all get tired, swap out, right? One person can go at a time. The only thing y'all all have to do is lunges. And again, it's one person at a time. Pretty straightforward. So I was like, holy shit, right? And then then the recruiter comes and he's like, all right, guys, it's time to do the push-ups. I hope y'all all made a game plan. This is a team effort, so try to motivate each other and all that stuff. Ready, go. So the first person goes and he knocks out all 40 of his push-ups. And then I go and he's like, all right, I'm done with the push-ups. You do the sit-ups. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. So I start doing all the sit-ups. I get to like 36 out of the 40. I couldn't finish those. I tried my best. I was like, but like I could feel myself cramping up. And I tried pushing through it. Like I was not trying to be a wuss. So I was trying to get to those 40, but 36 was my max there, which again, if y'all seen my max out video, it's pretty good because my max used to be 16. And now I did 36 in one go. So I was like, pretty decent, right? I've improved. And then so the next person finishes those 4, and then we do the T push-ups, and then we do the lunges, front and back and all that stuff, right? And we're done. We're one of the first people done. We were kind of at the same level with the recruiters. The recruiters did do the workouts with us. And so I was like, okay, pretty cool. Like, I didn't struggle as much. The lunges, I executed them pretty nicely. And I hate lunges. So I was like, oh, pretty good. I'm feeling good about myself, right? And then we go into the the next exercise, right? We finish up. We go on to the next exercise. And the recruiter says, all right, get in groups of 2. Like, break them amongst yourselves, get in groups of 2. So the first guy, our leader, he was like, hey, like, you look pretty fit. You know, I saw you do those sit-ups. Like, you gave it your all. You look pretty motivated. Like, let me be in your group. Because these other guys, they were struggling with the push-ups. And they were. Whenever we were doing our push-ups, which was crazy to me, because we were just doing our T push-ups, right? They were only able to knock out, like, I think, like, 10. And they were struggling. And they were doing them like girl push-ups. Like, they weren't doing the full boom extension. Like, they were doing it on their knees and shit. And they were struggling. So me and our leader here, we had to jump in and help them finish off those. But to me, I was like, in my head, I was like, dang, that's kind of crazy, because like what do you do when you're not here, like at least me, like I'm working behind the scenes and all that stuff. But we'll get more into that because a lot more shit fucking happened, right? So now we go into the next exercise, and it's pretty simple. He says, all right, y'all are gonna do another 40 push-ups, and y'all are gonna do 40 dips. okay? And this is how it's gonna work. You can do 4 sets of 10. You can do 2 sets of 20. However you want to break them up, right? But whenever you stop doing push-ups, you have to go into dips, right? So let's say you try doing your push-ups and you only do 5. But then guess what? You have to do 5 dips. Whatever you do on push-ups, you immediately have to do dips of, right? So if you're doing 4 sets of 10, once you're done with your 10 push-ups, immediately go to do 10 dips, right? Don't do 4 sets of 10 push-ups and then 4 sets of 10 dips and then boom, you're done. No, like it's finish one, then hop straight into the other, right? That way your body is constantly working and you don't have that resting period that a lot of people look for. I was like, okay, pretty straightforward, pretty simple. He explained it very well. I understood. So I look over to our team leader here, and he's all like, oh, for the push-ups, we had to go get like these wooden boxes that you jump on, but we're going to use them for like our dips and stuff. So he said, go get a box. My leader goes and he grabs the smallest box he could find. Like it was this itty bitty fucking thing, right? And everybody else is grabbing like these big boxes, and I kind of just watch him coming back towards me with the little box. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna be the big guy here doing the small, you know, like well, what is this? Like, no, that's gay, you know. So I was like, you want to do this, or you kind of want to do the bigger box like everybody else? There's no, yeah, we should probably do the bigger box. We can't have them showing us up, right? Like we're the biggest guys here. We got to be able to do it with the big box. I'm like, all right, dude, okay. So I take the little box back and I bring a bigger box and I set it down. And in that time period, you know, we get ready. I'm like, all right, so how do you want to do this? Because something I forgot to mention is we each have to do the 40, right? So we have to do the push-ups at the same time together, and whatever we do, we have to go into dips and all that stuff. But we each have to do 40 and 40, right? It wasn't like the last one where it was a group effort. This one individually, 40 and 40. And so we get to that point and he's all like, you know what, I think we should knock out 4 sets of 10 push-ups, get rid of the push-ups first, and then go into dips. And in my head, I'm like, dude, like this is the second time you fucked up on basic fucking commands and instructions from a recruiter. Like, you're gonna get your ass chewed a lot in fucking BCT. The sergeants are gonna fucking bully the shit out of you. And not only that, but your fucking battle buddies, everybody in that platoon, in that group of yours, is gonna hate the living shit out of you because you're gonna fuck it up for everybody. Is what I'm thinking in my head, right? He's like, what do you think? And when he said that, I was like, what do you think? In my head, I was like, dude, honestly, I only had the patience to correct you once. After this, like, we're gonna do it your way. And if the recruiter comes over here and he gets onto us and he decides to smoke us for not paying attention, I'm just gonna take the heat of the fucking. I'm just gonna take it because, like, you want to play leader, you want to be like, all right, we're doing this, and set your rules and all that shit, and you want to go and do your own thing. Like, that's on you. Like, I tried correcting you the first time. The second time, I'm just gonna let you be. We're gonna do it the way you want to do it, right? If we get in trouble, I know it's not on me, right? So we end up doing, you know, the push-ups, and I did all 40. Like, I used to not be able to do 40 push-ups. My max was like 20, right? And so now, like, doing all 4 sets of 10 with very to no little breaks. And again, we did not do it the way we were supposed to. We did 10 push-ups, and then we'd rest real quick, and then we'd do another 10, and then we'd rest real quick, and then 10, right? He wasn't doing the 10, then the dips, then the 10, then the dips, then the 10, then the dips, you know? He was like, push up, dip, 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 right? So we struggled through it. I struggled a bit through it, but I never stopped. I never, you know, had to like, take a breather. So in my, like, I felt good about myself, right? I was like, dang, so all this shit that I'm doing behind the scenes, you know, with the CrossFit and running a mile every day and fucking doing a shit ton of calisthenics at home, like, it's working. I'm starting to see improvement here. And I'm seeing it here with other people, you know? And I'm noticing that I'm doing these a lot faster with better technique, better form, and I'm executing and I'm getting that shit done a lot quicker than a lot of the guys that are about to leave way before I am. Because a lot of these guys are, you know, they've been here for a while and they're about to get sent to BCT. I still have to go through MEPS and do all my other shit, so I still have time to prep even more. So I was feeling good about myself. And while we waited for everyone else to finish this exercise, because again, we were one of the first ones to finish, we went to other groups and we're like trying to motivate them. But the other 2 guys that struggled in our group, they were struggling with the push-ups as well, still here. Right? Like, I think they were barely on their second set in, so they've only done 20 push-ups. They haven't even done the dips yet. And they were struggling. And we're like, come on, dude, like, push it. Like, come on. Like, we're being motivating, right? And it got to the point where like we couldn't wait for them anymore. So the recruiters are like, all right, just do like 3 or 5 more, and then we'll go on to the next exercise. So they do that, and then for the next exercise, it was pretty cool, right? It was this is when it got really entertaining because we started off like supporting each other, but then we just ended fucking hating each other. Because this is what happened, right? All right, so the recruiter tells us, I need y'all to get in a form a big circle and stand in push-up position right here like this, right? And just hold that plank push-up position. And the goal is, whenever we start, someone is gonna do 10 push-ups, do 1, 2, do their 10 push-ups, and then they're gonna go back to the plank position, plank push-up position, right? And they're gonna hold it because we're gonna go all the way around. The next person does his 10, and then he goes back to this position, then 10, and then he goes back to this position until we come all the way back to the first person that started this off, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. Ideally, the smart thing is be like, oh, I want to be the first one. That way you knock your 10 out, and then you just hold for the rest of the time, right? That's the smart thing to do. But I was like, no, like that going first should be for the weakest person. That way they can knock theirs out, and then they could just be like this for the rest of the time, right? You know, and it's a bit more of a rest for them. Because if the weakest ones are like in the middle and all that shit, we're going to struggle when we get to them. And that's exactly what fucking happened. So we start off here, and he's all like, all right, who wants to go first? So I was like, fuck that, I'm not going to say it. But a person four people down from me, he was like, nah, fuck that, I'm going to go first. So he goes first, he does his 10 push-ups, and then the next person goes, and then the next person goes. On the third person, we are 3 people in barely. And the third person is struggling to do a push-up. This is what he does. He goes down, and then he stays down. He stays down. He could not get back up. Like, the dude could not do one single push-up. You know, like, granted, like, we were all tired at the end of the day. Like, this is the last exercise we're doing, so yeah, we're kind of tired. But he couldn't do one push-up. Not one. He just went down, and he stayed down. And he'd be in this position right here, and he'd be like, That's all he's doing. He's just lifting this upper part. Like, his legs are still on the ground. He's not being able to lift. And at first, we were all like, come on, dude. Like, come on, you got this. Like, you got this, bro. Come on, push. Don't give up, man. Like, we're trying to support the guy, right? And it got to the point where we were doing this. We were like, come on, dude. Like, come on. Like, you got this, man. We're starting to get tired from having to wait on this guy. And we can't put our feet down. So we're like doing like all kinds of like weird squats. Like, we're trying to like, not let our feet touch the ground, but we're trying to like find points of like relaxing. We're lifting our butts way up high. We're like squatting down here. And then we're like doing all kinds of weird shit just to be able to maintain that plank position. And the dude hasn't done one push-up. One freaking push-up, right? So it got to the point where we went from, oh, come on, bro. Like, come on, you got this. Come on, finish. And this to like, bro, hurry the fuck up, dude. Like, holy shit. Like, just do fucking one. Like, come on, bro. Like, dude, do girl push-ups. Like, we don't give a shit. Just do one, dude. Like, come on, bro. And like, we're like, hurry the fuck up, man. Like, we're all getting fucking tired. We were all starting to be like, dude, like, you're fucking it up for the rest of us. Because we're all like struggling over here with our planks and shit. The dude never did one push-up. Not even a girl push-up. Not even like on the knees. He could not lift his upper body. And he wasn't fat. The dude wasn't fat. The dude was like, he was like one of those like gamer, he was like one of those like gamer builds, you know, like very skinny, but with like a little bit of pancita down here and all that stuff, right? So it got to the point where the recruiter was like, dude, like we've been holding this position for like 3 minutes and you haven't done one push-up. We're just gonna skip you and then we'll come back to you at the end. So then the next person goes, and then now it's my turn, and I got nervous when it was my turn because like, holy shit, like I'm a struggle because like I was already, like I was dying in this position, right? And there were moments, like I'm not gonna lie, there were moments when I had to like drop to my knees. And our leader guy, he was like 2-3 people down. He's like, bro, you're on your knees. I'm like, yeah, shut the fuck up. Like I know I'm on my fucking knees. You know, like I was fucking tired and I was mad about this dude, and this dude's telling me, bro, you're on your knees. Yeah, shut the fuck up, dude. Like this dude over here, tell him something. He's the reason I'm on my knees right now. You know, kind of gay. But anyway, So yeah, so I was pretty nervous when it was my turn because I was like, fuck, I've been holding this for a while. Like I've lost quite a bit of my strength. Like I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do these. But nope, with ease. With fucking ease. I did all 10. I was like, fuck, I'm just gonna do it as fast as I fucking can. Ba, 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 ba. I knocked all my 10 out and boom, back to push-up position and struggling and relaxing my hand. And then the next person goes, and then one more person goes, and the next person after that guy, he could not do push-ups as well. I think he only did like 3, and then he could not finish his, and then he couldn't even do the girl push-ups either. Like he was done. And we're like, fuck, like, all right, just like this time we didn't take too much time on him. We're just like, all right, fuck it, skip it. If he can't do it, just skip him. And then we just went all the way around. We went all the way around, and that was it. We finished, and the recruiter's like, all right, guys, that was it. Let's head on to the shuttle, and we'll just head back. And then another recruiter was like, all right, who wants to stay and run? Like, he was just kind of asking everybody individually. He's like, hey, do y'all want to run a mile with me? Like, I'm about to run a mile, kind of to cool down and all that stuff. And like, he asked the whole class, and the other recruiter was like, if 3 people stay to do this, we're all staying to do the mile. So everybody was like, oh no, fuck that, fuck that. And then this is when like my perspective changed on the leader guy, because the leader guy came up to me and was like, hey bro, like, you want to stay and do the mile? And in my head I was like, no, I don't. I was like, fuck it, let's do it. Like, fuck it, I'm tired, but like, all this is for the army, like, it's just gonna make me better. Fuck it, I'm down, let's go do the mile. He's like, all right, bet. But I was like, but how are we gonna do about the ride home and all that shit? Like, we need 3 people. He's like, oh dude, I brought my own car. Like, we don't have to stay. Like, they don't have to wait for us. So he told that to the recruiters, like, hey, I brought my own car, like, I'm gonna stay. Me and him, we're gonna stay and we're gonna run. He's like, all right, cool, then we'll just take off then. And we asked all the other, like, all the other 2 people that were in our group, it's like, hey, do y'all want to stay? And the dude was all like, yeah, I'll stay, I'll run the mile. And then as we were leaving, as we're like heading out to go to the place where we run the mile, not once did we see this dude like check his phone. Like, his phone was in his pocket, and like we were talking the whole time. He's like, oh wait, my mom just texted me that I have to go feed my dogs. I had to go. And we're like, what happened? He's like, yeah, she just texted me. I just looked at my phone. And me and the other dude kind of just like looked at each other, and we're like, dude, we never saw you even like look at you don't even have a watch on you, like a smartwatch or anything like that. Like, did she telepathically fucking send a signal, like fucking Dr. Xavier over here, like, come feed the fucking dogs? I don't fucking know. I was like, all right, dude, cool, it's whatever, that's fine. And I stayed, and we ran that mile. Again, if y'all been in this channel, y'all know that I suck at my mileage, and it's something that I'm struggling to bring down, but I'm busting my ass every day to do that. And so yeah, so we run the mile. It was 2 laps, equal to mile in the area where we were running. And on the last portion of the mile, the dude, while we were when we started off doing the mile, the dude kind of gave me tips on like how to pace myself, like what all those terms mean, how to do better, how to not walk. Like, if I want to walk, how to like bring my speed a lot down to where it feels like I'm walking, but I'm progressing a lot faster than if I were walking. So he taught me quite a bit, and that was pretty useful. And that's kind of when like I got to know him a bit better. I was like, oh, this guy's actually pretty cool. He's just not some dumbass that doesn't fucking listen. Like, this dude, he wants to put in the work. He's out here putting in extra work when everybody left. As am I. So, I was like, oh, this is bro points. Like, good job, man. Boom. Battle buddy fucking battle buddy power shit, And then so we get to the point where we're about to finish our mile. And then on the last portion, like, he had already finished. He comes back, runs to me. He's like, all right, this last portion, I want you to sprint and don't stop. He's like, ready? Once we hit that line right there, we're going to take off. And I was like, fuck, I'm fucking tired. My legs are burning, but I was like, fuck it. Like, I'm not going to let this guy down. So we hit the line and boom, we take off. We take off running, and we're hauling ass and shit. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah, like we got through, and I was like, holy fucking crap. Like, I was tired, and like my legs were burning and all that shit. But he was like, hey man, good job. Like, I really like your attitude with all this stuff. Like, when we're working out, like, it shows that you want to be here, and you want to do all that you can and all that stuff. And we talked, and we became pretty good buddies. We traded Snapchats and all that shit, and he's going to leave pretty soon, so best of luck to him, because he's going to fucking need it if he don't fix his fucking ears. But yeah, cool guy. But what I did learn from this is I'm not the fittest. I'm not the strongest. There's a lot of areas that I need to improve on, but I am not the worst. There are, believe it or not, guys that go in there and can't do push-ups. And it's like, okay, you've had all this month of preparation, from the moment you decided I'm gonna go do the army to this point where you're about to get sent off to basic combat training, what have you done in that time? What have you done to improve yourself? You know, like did you have a starting point and decided like, okay, I want to be able to do this? Did you have goals in between that time while you were here in town at home? You know, because I get home from work, I go straight to CrossFit. After I'm done with CrossFit, I come here and I lift weights. And then I drink my protein shake. I'm dieting like crazy, trying to lower a lot of my fat down, trying to get as skinny as I possibly can. Like I'm busting my ass behind the scenes, right? I'm trying to run miles constantly, trying to bring down my time and all that shit. You know, so for me to go in there, a complete new guy, that was my first time going in there, and being able to outperform a lot of the guys that have been there for a while and are about to head to BCT, I'm like, I'm doing something right. You know, like all this work that I'm putting behind the scenes, it's showing off, and it's showing off here, you know? So I was pretty proud of that. And it's, I'm not comparing myself, and I'm not saying better. I'm not comparing myself, and I'm not saying that I'm better than everyone else, but I definitely have seen a lot of improvement, and the preparation that I've done, you definitely notice when it comes to like all these other guys, you know, because how are you going to be skinnier than me and I can still rep out more push-ups than you? You know, I'm lifting more body weight than you are, and you can't do, you know, 10 push-ups, 40 push-ups in set formation, or just do 10 and then just hold a plank. I've gotten so used to right now to being able to push myself past my breaking point or my tired point, you know, where like I think I can't do anymore. I'm like, no, fuck that, fuck your feelings. You're gonna finish the set, or you're gonna do a little bit more, because fuck what you're feeling. Like, just because you're tired, what, you want to break? No, fuck that. Like, push through. You know, because when you get to BCT, that's the type of attitude they're gonna have on you. Like, I don't care if you're tired. I don't care if you think you can't do this. You're gonna go and try your ass off, and you're gonna break a bone until you fucking do it, you know? So and it ultimately all comes back to this. If I can go into BCT being able to do the minimum of the PT test, those 2 months of them busting my ass even more, I'm gonna be so far advanced, right? Because from what I saw here, going with the recruiters and all that stuff, there's a lot of people going in there that aren't gonna meet the minimum standards for the PT test. And in those 2 months, if they, you know, listen and apply what the BCT teaches them, they're gonna hit that minimum requirement bar in 2 months, right? So if I go into BCT at the minimum requirement bar and I execute and I learn and I take in whatever they teach me, in those 2 months, I'm gonna be maxing out my test. Hopefully, would be ideally, right? So all this prepping that I've done whenever I went with those recruiters really opened my eyes that it's working, you know, like you're busting your ass, you're reaching new levels constantly, you know, like last week I could only do like 32 push-ups. This week I can now do like 40 push-ups. Next week, who knows how many I'm gonna be able to do in like one go, you know? And I'm not getting tired. Like, I can feel myself being able to pick up my wife, carry my wife without my legs shaking and like trembling and all that stuff, picking up my daughter without going, ugh, you know? Like, I'm able to run with them now and all that stuff. Like, it's helped me in my personal life, and it's also helping me get ready for what I'm gonna face over here. So it was a pretty cool experience. Overall, I enjoyed it. It really opened up my eyes that there are idiots fucking everywhere, and I'm definitely gonna get smoked because of some fucking retard around me that's gonna fuck shit up for the rest of us. Like, I saw that firsthand here, you know? I was like, oh, like BCT, they'll just yell at you to yell at you. Like, there's no way someone's gonna fuck up that bad to the point where like everybody gets punished and shit. But no, it fucking happens, because I just saw it today. People don't listen, right? So I was like, oh shit, this is gonna fucking suck. But overall, I mean, it opened up my eyes to a lot more of like what my capabilities are, which are, I don't have a limit, you know, like if I want to produce something, I'm pretty sure I can do it, you know. So it was pretty cool. It was a fun experience for this first class, right? So I've been going with the recruiters now for, I believe, about a month now. I've gone 4 Thursdays with them. So if y'all want, this was just one Thursday. This whole story time is just revolved around that one, my first time going. If y'all want like a monthly update of all the other stupid shit that's happened and that I've seen that we have to go through and all that crap, I can make it like a monthly video, or like I can make like a 2-month mark video where like, okay, I've been going for 2 months now with the recruiters. This is all the fucked up shit that's happened, because man, are there a lot of stories. But with that being said, guys, that's going to conclude today's video. Hopefully y'all found it somewhat entertaining. I am trying to get into the Army, so any tips or advice that y'all can give us or leave down in the comments, I'm always active in the comments. I'm always trying to reply to everyone. I read all of y'all's comments, even the mean ones. And don't hurt my feelings, guys. I'm sensitive. But yeah, so anything I want to leave down there that y'all think will help me knowledge-wise or how to prepare better, any of that stuff, please let me know. If y'all do like this video, leave a like. If y'all like my character, the person that I try to be for y'all here on camera, or if y'all like my content, subscribe. Subscribe and turn on the notifications. That way y'all know when I post and all that shit. But with that being said, guys, I'll see y'all on the next one.